Ever since Genshin dropped that silhouette teaser for the upcoming characters, there was one character that instantly caught my eye, and that's because we already know her. Yeah, it's Skirk. I've been curious about her gameplay ever since, and luckily I got to test her out in the creator experience server. But just a quick heads up, since this is a test server and not the final version, everything is subject to change. Also, don't worry Dahlia fans, I got you too. I'll be testing him in this video as well. Alright, with that said, let's jump into game. If you want to see more content like this, definitely let me know in the comments and hit that like and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so it doesn't feel left out. Okay, before I start, let me walk you through how we're going to proceed. Firstly, we will check Skirk's design, idols, attack, skill and burst animations. So basically, we're going to just appreciate her beauty first. Then I'll explain what she does in combat in very simplified terms, and after that, we're gonna see her in action. Lastly, I'll switch to Dahlia. Here we are, Skirk with all her glory. Let's do like a quick 360 pose. Whoa. I absolutely adore her design, and my favorite part is her gloves and boots. Look at how they sparkle. And look at her eyes. They're not diamonds. I think she's the first one who has this pupil design. Is that on her hair? No, wait, that's like an earring. I thought it was like in her hair, but no, that's... Ooh. She changes outfits in her skill. Boom, all ready for combat. Let's go. Let's take a look at her normal attacks, shall we? For that, I'm gonna go to the perfect place. I wonder why. Now let's see her attack pattern. Boom, boom, boom. Her attack pattern is real cool. Did you notice? I think I like her battle outfit a little bit more than the regular one. Ooh. Wait, that... Oh! I love that tail. Are you kidding me? And with the dual blade, she looks so cool. Now, lastly, let's check out her burst animation. Ready for this? Absolutely gorgeous. Like the way she rips through the sky. I love it. Okay, since we appreciated her beauty enough, let's break her kit down in Razor language, as known as in simplified terms. There are a few things we need to understand about Skirk before I explain her elemental skill and burst. Firstly, Skirk's attacks do not rely on elemental energy. Instead, she uses a special kind of energy called Serpent Subtlety. So when I say energy while talking about Skirk's kit, know that I am referring to Serpent Subtlety. Secondly, pairing her with Hydro and Cryo units enhances her abilities even further. If you run a full Cryo and Hydro team, all of your character's elemental skills, and this includes Skirk too, will gain +1 talent, which is just a very significant boost, considering her premium team has Escoffier and Furina, and we all know how strong and important her skill is. Because of these powerful buffs, she is best played in freeze teams, and yeah, that can feel restrictive, especially if you also enjoy melt teams like I do. And thirdly, when nearby party members trigger Frozen, Superconduct, Cryo Swirl, and Cryo Crystallize reactions against the enemies, Skirk creates Void Rifts near this enemy. And I'll explain what they do in her elemental skill and burst part, so don't worry about it for now. Alright, let's talk about her elemental skill now. Skirk has two different elemental skill modes. One is activated by tapping her skill, and the other is activated by holding her skill. I will call these tap mode and hold mode from now on. And these modes also give her the flexibility to play her in two different playstyles. So, when you tap her skill, she enters a special combat mode called 7-Phase Flash and gains a certain amount of Serpent Subtlety. In this mode, her normal, charged, and plunge attacks deal cryo damage. Keep in mind, she loses Serpent Subtlety with every passing second in this mode, so if you want to maintain this state, you need to absorb Void Rifts, which give you extra normal attack buffs and energy based on how many rifts you consume. So there are a couple of different ways to absorb these void rifts. First one is using her charge attack in her skill's tap mode. Second, using her special burst skill, which you can only use during the tap mode. It basically gives you normal attack bonus based on how many rifts you consume. And thirdly, you can absorb void rifts during her skill's hold mode. So when you hold Skirk's elemental skill, she gains a certain amount of energy, and keep in mind she doesn't lose energy in this mode. She can also absorb nearby void rifts to gain extra energy, which allows her to unleash her elemental burst that deals AoE cryo damage in multiple slashes. Disclaimer: you cannot use this elemental burst during tap mode, since tap mode transforms your elemental burst into a special type of elemental burst that absorbs void rifts and doesn't deal damage. Also, when tap mode ends, it depletes all of your energy, so you don't have energy left to perform the damage dealing burst. On the other hand, when you start with hold and use your burst, your elemental skill will be in cooldown, which means you won't be able to use the tap mode. Only exception for this is the Abyss, where you start with full surface subtlety, like full energy, so you can unleash your burst first and enter tap mode right after that. This means you have to choose either her normal attack focus style or her elemental burst focus style, or you can do a mix and match according to your needs, like one rotation tap and other rotation hold. Alright, since we talked about her elemental burst and elemental skill, let's try her in different team compositions and see her in action. I will start with Skirk's premium team with Escoffier, Freena, and Shenhe. But before we go into combat, you need to know this is word level 8, and also Skirk's crit ratio is not the best. Okay, I will start with her burst mode, elemental burst focus playstyle.
Let mine in. Excellence! The pinnacle of excellence! Up to the freezer! Unleash! By ordinance divine!
And just unleash her burst and boom. Done. Alright, let's go with the tap mode now. It shows you how many void rifts that are nearby. You saw the 3 dots and then you used her special burst to absorb all of them, and then that gives you extra energy and buffs, and then you keep going with your normal attacks. It's dead already. We need someone with higher HP pool. Should we try? Wow. Nice. Okay, things to note. She doesn't go downhill with her hold mode. Absorbed. Absorbed with the charge attack this time. Let's go!
Up to the freezer!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Unleash! Cryo incarnate!
No! Wait. He died, but Skirk was also one-shotted, but I call that success. Now, this was her premium team. Let's move on to her free-to-play team. So in free-to-play team, we're gonna have Skirk, Rosaria, Xingqiu, and Dahlia. Oh, before that free-to-play team, let's talk about Dahlia, because are we going to play Dahlia without talking about his elemental skill and burst before? No. I love his eye color so much, you have no idea. It's really adorable. And I really like having bat wings around. It's really cute. Can we get some? I love popcorn. He's cute. Let's talk about what he does. What does his skill do? What does his burst do? So Dahlia's elemental burst creates a shield, and he summons a new shield every time it breaks up to 5 times based on his benison stacks. And he gains these benison stacks when his party members hit with normal attack or if they trigger freeze. And when the active member has Dahlia's shield, their attack speed increases based on Dahlia's HP. His elemental skill deals AoE damage if you aim it to the enemies, and if you place the elemental skill under the party members, it launches them into a higher place so they can avoid nearby attacks or do a plunge attack. And also you can troll your friends with this as well in co-op, like by yeeting them into the air. Okay, now since we know what Dahlia does, we can try Skirk's free-to-play team. I'm gonna start with Dahlia, shield, and then we're gonna do one more E, Rosaria.
Judgment! Witness the power of Gurwa. Know my
And then we'll
soul.
switch to Skirk, go into this mode, absorb, boom, boom, boom. We have 2 more and then 2 more void drifts, and then I absorb them with her charged. We have to do rotation one more time. Absorb them since we had 3, and now boom, done. That was a really fun team. Okay, I have one more team comp, but this one is this one is kind of funny. It's Skirk and Neuvi in the same team together. I wonder if I'm going to be able to switch to Neuvi because I believe Skirk's burst is going to finish the job before I have a chance to go in with Neuvi, but we'll see. Alright, let's go. Starting with Freena, and then Escoffier E, Escoffier burst, Freena burst, and then Skirk burst, and then switch to Neuvi and but it's such a broken and fun team. Okay, for Dahlia, I have one more team in mind. I'm actually so excited to try AYATO with Dahlia. The team is going to be AYATO, Yunjin, Chongyun, and Dahlia. This is something that I'm not used to for a while. This is C0 AYATO. So this will be interesting. My AYATO is C6, and I just recently R5'd his weapon, so this would be nostalgic for me to play C0 R1 AYATO. Oh my god. Good morning. Here's some.
Swift and merciful. Strike is one.
Easy. Easy. And I really like how Dahlia provides nice attack speed. That was it for Dahlia and Skirk's early access. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!